Everyone, Vegan Cupid here. Today I have a very special guest. Her name is Stacey. She is single and you're about to learn a little bit about her. So if after watching the video you realize how awesome Stacey is and you think you might be a great match for her, or maybe you are watching and you have a friend who might be an awesome match for her, get in touch with me. So you can leave a comment, you can send me a DM, and we will talk about it, okay? So Stacey, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you live, where you're from, what you do for a living, if you have any children.
Right. Hi, I live in Las Vegas. I work for a cloud accounting firm, so basically I can work wherever there's Wi-Fi. Um, but I live in an motorhomes because I like to travel. I'm in Las Vegas right now, and I spend most of the time here. And I have an adult son who's in Boston, and the rest of my family who's in Maui. So Vegas is halfway, and that's how I ended up in Vegas. Plus, I have a brother here as well. So I just really like being able to. I like tiny home living, but I also just really like the flexibility of being here. 4 hours to the beach, 4 hours to Sedona, a day trip to pretty much anywhere I want to be, the mountains, the ocean, or the desert. Any hiking spots. It's just, I really love this lifestyle.
That's amazing. And how
And
many dogs do you have again?
I have two tiny dogs that fit very well in the motorhome. One's 3 pounds and one's 4.5 pounds. And they love traveling. They don't like hiking as much, but they
Aw.
love they love the stuff.
That's awesome. Well, you definitely are adventurous. You really are a free spirit and have done all kinds of amazing stuff. And I think it's amazing that you live in an RV, and it really does allow you to basically go travel whenever you want, which again I think is absolutely amazing. And tell us a bit about your journey to veganism. How long you've been
Um,
vegan and
I've been vegetarian like my all adult life, and then about when I moved out here about 3.5 years ago, I went completely vegan just because I had a couple of health issues, and I thought, oh, maybe it can't hurt. Tried it, and now I'll never go back. And so I started veganism because of the health, but it's just really enhanced my love of animals. There's no way I would ever go back, or it's just become too much of my heart, my life. So yeah, and I love cooking, and I love doing, sharing like different foods that people who aren't vegan think that they, you know, don't know what they want to eat. They don't, or vegan think it's all like rabbit food. So it's really interesting. And out in the West Coast in this area, there's so many vegan options, restaurants, grocery stores, bars in Vegas that are completely vegan. But it's great. So it's really easy to be vegan here.
that's awesome. And what would you say makes you super happy other than the mountains, going to the beach, your dogs? I mean, those are all great things, obviously, but what's like the one thing
Yeah,
that makes you
I
super happy?
did I freeze? Sorry. So making me happy is just going on adventures, day trips, exploring. Um, I love being outside. Love being anywhere on the water. Um, doesn't just in nature is pretty much my happy place. So
That's
it's
awesome.
not.
I love
Yeah.
that. Love
Yeah.
that. And so if your friends would describe you with one word, what would it be and why?
Um, if they probably would call me a little bit of a smart ass, but compassionate. So I did ask, and they, first would just laughed at me, and then they said compassionate. I guess is the main one, is because I end up, when I have really dear friends, and I tend to empathize with them, and I always, want to share and help, and not just bad times and celebrating and things like that. So pretty much have been called Sweden, where I don't take sides, or I can see the sides of both sides, um, and try and just like, let's look at the whole big picture and the scheme of things. And the way I am with the animals, the way just generally with people, I guess. So that's why they compassionate pretty much fits. But
That's great.
it's better
Yeah.
better
And
than smart. Yes. Sorry.
tell me a bit more about what kind of relationship are you looking for?
No, I've actually never dated anybody that was vegan. And when I used to think, it's okay if they're not vegan. It's you do you and I do me, and we can just get along. But after I saw some of your YouTube videos and your in um, interviews with people dating, and I was like, that's happened to me, and that's how like, and there is. I just would like to have somebody. It's a value. It's a shared. It's a very strong value of mine. I'd like to share it with somebody. I'd like that. And I said there is that intimacy of cooking a meal together, or going to visit uh, vegan restaurants, or not just because she wants to, but because you really want to be to go check it out. Somebody who's just, it would be nice to have that experience and the whole package, where I always feel like about the third date, they're, they come out with, how do you get all your protein? They're waving a piece of bacon in your face, like, don't you miss this? And then the thought of actually putting, raw meat in my fridge, or sharing my fridge with somebody it just kind of grosses me out now. So,
Yeah,
um,
I get it.
yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
So I totally resonated with everything that was with with everybody, and maybe, and discovered maybe I'm not okay with I do me and you do you on that basis.
for sure. And so you're definitely looking for a partner who is vegan, a partner who is adventurous, and tell us a bit more about the kinds of things that you are looking for in an ideal partner. Where does he live, and what are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
I try not to, I it doesn't, to me, limiting a location means not. It doesn't matter to me where they live. I, as long as they have Wi-Fi, I'm good. Like, I can. It doesn't matter. I have, my son's on the East Coast, and adult and on his own, and my family's on the in Hawaii. So somewhere in between there would be great. Just in between. It's not, So I'm pretty open. Um, I I really would like to meet somebody who can make me laugh. Um, I want some to enjoy life. I want to have somebody, or to share things with, that are funny, and you can, laugh about them, and not take things so seriously everywhere. It would be great if they're creative and enjoy traveling. I love to explore. I like to try new things. Um, I kind of grew up as a tomboy, and I don't know if I ever mentioned this to you, but so I grew up riding dirt bikes and buggies and cars and boats, and so I I like to do all sorts of things. So it's I don't want to slow down. I can, but I just like to enjoy things and enjoy experiencing new things, and it's not necessarily the sedentary, static life. There are times that it's nothing better than just chilling on the
For
couch, but
sure. Yeah,
you know, but generally, I once my laptop is off, I'm out the door. So it'd be nice to have somebody to share that with, um, and somebody who likes to travel and likes to laugh and does not sweat the little stuff. Like your flight gets delayed, or the restaurant keeps you waiting. Stuff like that, not a big deal to me.
Right. And you're not interested in someone who has road rage.
No, no road rage. I just don't even get how you can yell and scream at somebody through your window. Like, I just, and then you get to the stop sign and you're sitting right next to them anyways. And then or you get to wherever you're going and they're behind you in the door. It just makes no sense to me. People drive, either they drive like jerks because they're jerks, or they drive like because they're not paying attention. But we've all been there. I don't understand the whole road rage thing. It's
Yeah.
just,
And
I'm good.
are a couple of other deal breakers? I know we talked about no smokers, no road rage.
Um, I don't, you know, I don't have an extreme personality. So if somebody had that extreme personality, it kind of makes me, like a little hesitant. Like anybody who's an extreme drinker, extreme like mountain climber, extreme, like I'll climb a mountain, but I'm not training for a year and a half to do Everest. But if you want to, but anything super extreme is like, I just really want somebody who's just enjoys life, takes good stuff as well as bad stuff in stride, and wants to enjoy just being alive. Like, that's, but just on a little more grounded, or a little, just kind of a easy flow, not not the extreme personalities. I have my own beliefs about politics. I have my own beliefs about food. I just don't want to, I'm never going to be the one who's going to argue with you to try and change your mind. And I don't want somebody who thinks they like to argue. I don't really, not a fan of arguing. So I'm a fan of discussing and having our own opinions, but I'm not going to provoke anybody or be,
Yeah,
trying to persuade somebody to
right.
change their
And it
opinions.
yeah, and it often comes down to a question of respect, right? You have to respect
Yeah,
your partner, and if the respect's not there, then it's not probably not a good fit, right? And so tell me one totally
yeah.
random thing about yourself.
So, I told you, I love to go hiking. I love going out at night and going out to the desert or the mountains where there's no lights. There's just, you just sit there and you're looking up, and I'm usually, I love stargazing, and I have some apps on my phone to pick out, what's going by. And usually whoever I'm with, they think I'm stargazing, and I'm probably, to a point stargazing, but I'm I'm secretly looking for UFOs. Like, I know they're out there and they're just like taunting me, or I just want to see one, just once. So
Oh, I
yeah, I
love
love
that.
looking at stars, but I'm also looking to see if there's anything moving in a zigzag. So, so
I absolutely love that. I mean, that totally like embodies who you are. Fun, really out there, really like outgoing. So yeah, so I know that you are amazing, and there is somebody just as equally as amazing who will stargaze with you and look out for UFOs with you. So if that is you, if you think you are a great match for Stacey, again, leave me a comment, send me a DM, get in my Vegula vault. I will be posting a link to fill out a profile in the video description. And if you have any questions, just let me know. And hopefully we can